Hello, hello, hello. It's Cinco de Mayo somewhere. Not really. It's just any excuse I can have to drink whiskey and look at crypto. That's it. I posted on every platform. Let's see if we have anybody that wants to request an asset, and I will take a look at it and give you the analysis and the best perspective I can on it. But crypto has kind of turned a corner today. Bitcoin's looking pretty solid. It's been looking so weak, but it's doing things that it needs to do, but it has to continue to do them. We're not out of the woods yet, but it's gaining ground today. We're seeing things we need to see from it to get a little upwards price action back to the 50. We got to get above that 50,000 range. If we want to see new all-time highs in the next couple of months, we've got to get above 50,000. And it's trying. It's trying. We just had to have buyers come in. We had to find that area of value that people wanted to start purchasing again. So we're getting there. Let's start taking a look at the charts as people come in. Here it is on the 4 hour. I mean, beautiful rounded bottom. I mean, you can't not like that. You cannot hate on this rounded bottom. We had that low. We had that low down there at 39,536. I mean, but that rounding bottom is a telltale sign that we're starting to get some buyers come into the market because we can zoom out. And I posted these price targets the other day, and this is where we should find resistance. I mean, there's nothing stopping us. There's there's hardly no action. There's that middle of that wick, which that doesn't mean anything. So we might get a little resistance at 45,467, and that's the bottom of this consolidation range, which has been hit multiple times recently. If we break that, which it's not a super strong resistance, we could probably pull this across here, and it's a bunch of chop above and below, but not a whole lot of action at that level. So if we can get nice little lot of buyers come in, we can get right back up to that 47,937. We've got to hold above this 47.9. That's kind of our critical. It has to make a higher high for this to be a pivot point. We've got the lower low, but we need the pivot point to where we know that's the lower low, we have to make a 28% retrace. So on the Fibonacci scale, we've got to get back up here above 47.9 to start showing strength. And at that point, then we've got to fight the 50,796 level. We break that, and I think all of this other chop right through here will probably be negated, and we'll run right back up to 59. That's probably where we need to go, where we're going to go. And this is just the 4 hour chart. We go out to the daily chart, and man, does it start looking good. And I mean good. Doesn't mean it has to play out, but everything I want to see happen is happening on the daily chart. Let's get rid of all these price draws right here. All right, so we had this little tiny. It's not even a tiny hammer. It's just a reversal candle. It's almost like a long-legged doji, in which we bullishly engulfed the next candle on the daily, and another big bull candle in the middle of nowhere. This death cross right here that everyone has been talking about, and you saw tons of articles on Cointelegraph and all that crap. And I've just said it, and I made a couple of posts on social media about it. The death cross is typically, in my opinion, a lagging indicator because we've seen them before. Let's look back here. We got a death cross right here. After all this move, let's just see what kind of move before it actually showed up on the chart. I mean, we were down 56% before we got a death cross. I mean, what's it going to do after that? It's done been murdered. It's bloody before we got a death cross. Then, after our death cross, from the low at the death cross, what did we do? We rallied 86%, took another little dip, rallied 143, almost 144%. Keep zooming out. Death crosses have happened before, and they just did not play out. It's lagging. If you could have got a cross beforehand, you'd know. But, I mean, you look way back here to the 2017 rally. When did we get our death cross? I mean, almost at the bottom, right there at our low of, on the day of the death cross, $7,000 from a $20,000 high. Weeks and weeks and weeks after the dump had happened. So go ahead and take that out of your playbook. Quit thinking about it. Quit talking about it. It's garbage. That's all it is. It's a lagging indicator. But where I'm getting excited right here on Bitcoin is the MACD. Look at the momentum right here. We are losing so y'all that don't know, the red is building negative momentum. That means the sellers are getting heavier and heavier. The light colored pinkish white, that means the sellers are starting to get exhausted. That less and less sellers each day in the market are coming in. Less sellers each day. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, triple. That's called bullish divergence. That means that we're finally losing all this negative momentum. Buyers are picking up as sellers are starting to get out of the market. They're done. They've sold all they can sell. So that indicates through traditional technical analysis that the next wave will be a positive buy wave right here, because we had our bearish momentum play out. Now we have our triple bullish divergence right here. I love it. On the MACD, it's just amazing. But you look down at the RSI, one bottom, second bottom. That's the way I'm looking at it. We're testing that low line right here at 30. It just almost became oversold once, but twice. All of that, if you study technical analysis or you want to, which I've got videos on YouTube starting with candlestick analysis, and we'll be building on that educational program as we go. But I'm going to walk people through it. I'm not making money at all right now. I'm not charging anybody. I don't even have my tips set up. I don't have donations set up. I'm not monetizing anything. I'm literally here to help my fellow man understand and possibly take advantage of a market that can change your life. That's the only reason. I'm passionate about what I do. I read charts. I trade. I try to make money. I am passionate about what I do, and I'm trying to pass that on. So what we've got here is just beautiful, and it's starting to play out. We're not even went positive yet. Now, this could start building negative at any time. Some bad news article, the Fed want to come out and say they're crushing crypto, which is all garbage. But if nothing crazy like that happens, what we'll have momentum start to go positive. You'll have your moving averages want to start curling up again. We've already got this follow-through price action right here. We've already started getting these big, huge bullish candles. So Bitcoin's looking beautiful on the daily. We go out here to the weekly. We haven't started losing on a larger time scale. We haven't started losing negative momentum yet. But when we do, let's get rid of this and get our drawing tool. And we'll go from high. Let's just say we start, because of these candles, we start losing negative momentum tomorrow. What do we have on the weekly time scale? Bullish divergence again. The larger the time frame, the more accurate the analysis. Basically, on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the further out you get, the trend is less volatile, is less erratic. You can rely a little more on the indicators the further you get out. You get into the 1 minute, the 5 minute time frame, they're garbage, because there's people in the market that swing trade it every few minutes. There's day traders that are just scalping, and you can't really trust that data. But right now, looks like we've tested right here. We've tested the 50-day moving average. And we're trying to break it. And we'll know, by by 6 o'clock when that candle closes, we'll paint a new candle right here, and we'll see where it opens. But hopefully in the next couple of days that we can break through it, build above it, just like we have here. You see, we came down, we tested it, bounced back up, test. You see where it found it as support. You kind of want to be there. On the weekly, you want to stay above that. You want to stay above the 200-day moving average right here. A lot of people, I include myself, early on found this to be a head and shoulders. And it still could. It still could play out as the head and shoulders if something happens and we start dumping. My problem with that theory now that I feel like it's negated, if we start building positive price action and it doesn't go anywhere, say it's a little small green island and then dumps again and starts building, well, then all that's negated. We're hoping that don't happen. And it very well could at this point. It's a coin toss. But everything telling me that we want to go back up is happening. So let's just go out to the monthly. Let's look at Bitcoin on the monthly. It looks like we've lost a bunch of positive momentum, but this is such a long time frame. We've got low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Does it look like this pattern is starting to try to repeat itself? I mean, you get patterns in markets, but right now that we've got institutional buyers in there spending billions of dollars, it really looks like you've got some retail or mid-sized people taking profits. And then we got to bounce off a support level right here at 28, almost 29K. And we ran again. Made a higher high, higher low, higher low. So what we want to see on the monthly is this month needs to be a green month for the bull rally to continue. We need to see a bullish candle painted right here at the end of this month. Hopefully that's what happens. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You can make money on the downside in the bear market. You can short it all the way down and buy it all the way to the top. It's okay. Shorts and longs, that's just part of the game. But on the monthly, I'm not worried at all. I think it's fine. I don't see any reason to panic. So we'll go back out to the 1-day chart. And there's where we're at. Buffalo Trace whiskey, if anybody's interested. It's delicious. So we're going to jump into some of these other ones. We'll go to ETH first. Let's look at ETH. Ethereum, I'm kind of crunk on it. It wasn't doing anything spectacular yesterday, but we had big bullish engulfing candle come in and negate 1, 2, 3 days worth of price action. Just wiped it out. And then a follow-through price action right here that's about to wipe out another candle. Now, we are below on the daily the 200 moving average. We're probably going to hopefully run up and test that tonight around 10 o'clock before Asia wakes up. But what you have here, if it continues to play out, is you have hidden bullish divergence on the MACD. And you can look all this up, and I'll be having educational videos on bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence, how to read the MACD, all that. But we have a loss of sell. Larger sellers coming in. Now they're beginning to get exhausted as we've made a higher low from that low. So it looks like, and these are still gapped out. We got plenty of room. So Ethereum just needs to get back up above that $3,500 range, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine, and that's the daily. Go back out here on the weekly. We hadn't started losing the momentum yet. If we can lose this negative momentum on the weekly and start gaining some positive and some buyers come in the market, it can get pretty wild. It can get pretty nasty. See, we've tested it once, got rejected. That's great. And then we fell below it, but got rejected and pushed back up again. So the buyers are there. The buyers are there on Ethereum. We just need more retail to come in. So I'm not, let's see, the 4-hour on Ethereum, still building. It's above the 50. That's fine too. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, both looking really good today. But we've got some stuff that's really, really up today that's pretty killer. Look at Shiba Inu, the Sheeb. Man, on the 4-hour, look at here. We've broke above and closed candles above the 50. And we're headed up there towards that 200 moving average, still building positive momentum. We had a cross here. We're just now getting above 70 on the RSI. I still feel like it's a bullish control zone. I wouldn't worry about the 4 hour until we get well up into like the 80s. But we'll look out here at the daily. And what did we get? So we've been tracking this for weeks and weeks and weeks. We had this falling wedge, which falling wedges love. And per technical analysis, classical technical analysis, 3/4 of the way through, you're like 70% likely to see a breakout above the line. That happening, here's our demand line. This is our supply line. So demand right here started to outweigh the supply. The supply that was available to buy, more buyers came in than what was available. So people started selling at higher prices, which caused it to go up. We had a break, a back test for confirmation. And what do we do? 1, 2, 3 more confirmations to show just how strong our buyers were to keep it above this supply line. And then we got this huge bullish candle come in. And if that's not enough for you on the daily, let's talk about this right here. We have started bullish divergence. We've started building it on the daily. So a large time frame. We're still, let's say on the RSI is still right there in neutral. It can go either way, but we're getting a lot of indicators, especially with that right there. We're above the 200. We're fixing to go up and test the 50. We need to break above it and make it support. But this is what you want to see. We had the downward sloping supply line. We tested it, showed strength, and bam, we ran again. So, I mean, it's up 16.5% today. I think it might have been up at 20% at one point today. Shiba's strong, man. Shiba's showing some strength. And, you know, it was looking bad a couple days ago, but that's how fast a crypto market can turn around. But all my Shiba holders, let's keep holding. I think I've posted videos with price targets here at 39.15, again at 47.66, and then we're looking back at 79 or 80 level. So that SHIB, I posted some KNC here a while back. When I posted the KNC, we had some pretty big run-ups. We're testing that line again, and now we're showing 3.5% gains today. It's trying to do it again. Link is doing what I thought it would do. We had a low, confirmation low. We go back out here to the weekly. It looks even better. Look at this on a weekly time scale. This is phenomenal. This is where you want to be in with your money. Me personally, if you're looking for an asset with potential to grow exponentially super fast, this is the kind of trade setup you're looking for right here. I posted at $25.95 as an entry. Once the confirmation was set, you have a low, a higher low. There's an M shape. So at the bottom of the M shape, a level of inflection, you're getting bullish divergence on the MACD with the RSI news. So it's not overbought. You're having negative momentum start to fall. Buyers are coming into the market, and they're looking at this as an area of value. So buyers are saying, hey, right here at 14 cents, man, 14.5, 15 cents. I find that to be an area of value. After such a big run and a dump, they're saying that's a good buy. They're saying that's a buy. All of this is saying that buyers are there. So we turn positive. We start getting a little more buy pressure. We've already got a lot of follow through. We've hit our first target of the trade setup at 27.46. It would just take a few more buyers. What's up, Gary? Oh man, I'm just going through some trade setups, bro. That's it, man. I'm just trying to run through all the winners for today, all the stuff I like looking at, some stuff we've talked about. I did a Bitcoin Ethereum already. So just kind of running through a live stream. Crypto is just popping off today, and I just thought I'd give out some free trade setups for people to make some money. Keep hearing about everybody, oh, wish I could have got into crypto. Man, there's always a bull market somewhere. So, yeah, chain link to the US dollar. You can't ask for anything better. This is exactly what you're looking for when you want to enter a position. So now that we have confirmation, we had our 28% retrace to confirm that was a bottom. We entered at $25.95. I mean, the price right now is at $26.76. You're still in the money. It's Chainlink, Gary. So we've hit our first price target at Chainlink. The second one's $33.96. And there will be a little resistance there because we've hit that multiple times. But that's okay. What I want to see happen is us hit that level, reject, come down, make a higher low, and establish an uptrend. And then we'll keep running and hopefully hit the 39.35 level. So Chainlinks is phenomenal. That's where I want to be in right now. Everything's up, but you've got even the garbage coins that I don't like. We got audience here. Dylan has now showed up. He was so excited about the live stream that he couldn't watch it from his phone. He had to show up and literally watch it live. That's how the kid, he's boned up for some Bitcoin, man. I'm telling you. That's our guru right there. Dedication. He drove to the live stream and to drink whiskey. So we got Dodge Leon Mars. It's Elon. I said it was garbage, and I believe it's garbage. But hey, even garbage, as we've seen over the years with Dogecoin and SHIB, can do big things. Right now, Elon is breaking above the 50 moving average. It's broke out of a triangle, a bull flag, showed a lower low, and now it's showing strength. We have divergence once again on the MACD, on the daily. It's looking pretty phenomenal. Now, depending on where you buy it, KuCoin or Crypto.com, who knows. But quick recap on ETH. Yeah, I'll do that. So anyway, if this stuff's so cheap right here. I got like 2.5 billion of them. I bought some right here. I think it went live right here on Crypto.com. Bought it. An hour later, sold it. Made like a $6,000 profit off of like a $2,000 investment. It was insane. What do we have? A huge retrace. But right here at the end of our flag, bam, we broke out, made it support. We're going again. So I went ahead and bought another couple right around here. Probably right as it crossed below the moving average. I got like 2.2 billion of them. Whatever. I'll hold that forever. All right, Gary, let's run back up here to ETH and let's get you taken care of so you can get back to dinner or what you're doing. I got a huge pot of chili. Boy, it's cold. Nice and crisp. I got a huge pot of chili sitting on the stove. Everybody's coming over to eat later. Watch some TV, eat some chili, visit with some friends, and just knocking this out real quick. All right, Gary, here you go. On the daily, like I said, we got to zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out, man. Here we go. All these days, look here. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. You can't, as long as something's making higher lows and higher highs. We thought we panicked here, but we didn't. It made a higher high. We're good. It has to retrace. People have to take profit, and I'm gonna pull. Let's pull from here. I mean, man, look, we've made a 40% correction since the top, and you could panic about that, but let's look and see what we've done before. 34%. 60% correction. I mean, you really can't panic a whole lot on Ethereum. It makes those kind of corrections. We can even look way back here at January of 18 into 17. If you've held this long, let's see. Yeah, 75% correction. We've made those before. That's a freaking bear market. But bear markets tend to last like a year. We're recovering too fast. So I'm not really thinking we're in the bear market yet. I think we'll see that 80% dump. But man, on the daily, we've painted 2 green candles. We'll zoom in. Bullish engulfing with follow through price action. That's what I want to see. We're going to go up here and we're going to test this 200-day moving average. But we have hidden bullish divergence forming on the MACD. The RSI still neutral territory. On the daily, Ethereum could look better to me. On the weekly, we haven't started losing negative momentum yet. But when we do, when we start losing it, we're going to have hidden bullish divergence, which is strong as crap. So right now, look, we fell and tested the 50 moving average once, twice, and we're still holding strong above it. Right now, we're holding above this big congestion level, and that's amazing. We want to see it. It's not as great as Bitcoin right now, but it's pretty dang good. And so we have so much more upside. If Bitcoin does not crap the bed, everything else will go with it. But yeah, no problem, Gary. Oh, it is a good night for some chili and whiskey, sir. It is. We got plenty of whiskey and plenty of chili. You want to make that drive all the way down here. I promise it's not as cold here as it probably is up there. My parents said it was pretty cold. I think we got snow coming Sunday, but it's chilly enough I had to make chili. But there's your recap of Ethereum, my man. I appreciate you being here. It's awesome. So let's scroll through. Let's see what else. We went through Link. KNC's up 3.5%. We went through. You got stuff like Sand, Metaverse stuff, which you can't be angry. I mean, really and truly, everything follows Bitcoin. And you're starting to see that everything kind of showing the same stuff Bitcoin's showing. We've got a low. And if you count the wick, we have a low and a higher low. If you don't count the wick, we have a low and low. Either way, we're just trying to break above that 50 moving average. We have bullish divergence forming on the daily. All you can do is take your shot. As a matter of fact, let's look at this pattern here. High, low, lower low, off to the races. High, low, bump, lower low, off to the races. You can't really find a whole lot of negativity about it. So all you can do is, that's all we're doing here is we are trying to look for an edge against the markets. It's not a crystal ball. I can't predict nothing. You can't. Nobody can. All we can do is use history and 100 years of worth of technical analysis and studies by people way smarter than me and anybody you know that's done years and years of research on patterns and history and charts repeating itself. All we can do is go off their studies and try to find an edge. And right now, we found an edge at an area of value. And this, if you want the best chances for making profit, you take action at areas of value like so. And you can go read the books, Trading in the Zone, the Wyckoff Method. There's plenty of them. And they're going to walk you through all of that. But I've got that one educational video on how to read candlesticks on YouTube up already. And I'm going to have more as we go through the weeks and try to make this easy for everybody. Have a good night too, Gary. Appreciate it, man. Good luck. Hope them girls win that ball game. So, yeah, we can go back to where I think I was ranting and raving on Elon. Yeah. Bullish divergence, huge, massive bull candle on the daily. Weekly still looking good. We're trying to hold above this area and break this area. I don't know if it's a scam or not. All I know is I'm not willing to not have money in it to find out, basically. If it's a scam, I'll lose $2,000. I'll be hurt. I'll get over it. But if it's not a scam and it remotely does what Sheeb did and it just goes to the price that Shiba hit a high this year, I'll be fine. At that point, when you've got over 2 billion coins in something with little invested, you gotta take a swing at it. What else we got? Anybody want to see anything in particular? Let's go to Dogecoin, one of the underperformers for today. The 4 hour, not looking good here, but we have had some positive price action. Let's go out to the daily, where it matters. We touched a demand line, touched it again, had a little rally. We've just floated sideways, and so something's funky about Doge. It's just floating sideways, but nice green candle starting to form today. So on the daily, we do have it playing out right now. On the daily charts, we have bullish divergence playing out as we speak. It's already turned positive, as you can see right there. We've turned positive. What we need is a lot more buyers to come in. Let's get above some critical areas. But let's go out to the week and take a look. Now we're talking. Now I'm cooking right here. What we're seeing is you got the low, lower low, but still holding that demand line. It tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and it's still trying to make a higher low after that test. And we have triple bullish divergence on the MACD. I mean, I can't complain. I got to have some. I got to have some in my portfolio. This was my big win. This was my real big win back in 2020. I let everybody know. Everybody knew I was holding Doge and tons of it. I got out. I've been in and out of Doge a dozen times playing these swings. But right now, I'm adding to my hold account and I'm letting it set and fester. I am letting that blister fester, and I can't wait for it to pop. I think we see all-time highs again at some point this year. What's next? Real quick, let's go through these before I get off and go drink some more whiskey and eat chili. With nobody got any requests, we got chills. Looks like everything else. Bullish divergence. Low, higher, low, higher, low. It looks great. Zcash. This is where I like Zcash. And I liked it back here. Way back here. Let me see. That's the weekly. Zoom out again. What has Zcash done? It's ran up and tested that supply line twice. Got rejected. And that's okay. Because what it did, the buyers came back in. Higher, low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. You can look at it on the weekly or the daily. I feel like this is a 3 rising valleys. You've got 1, 2, 3. 3 higher valleys. I really feel like you can't go wrong right there. Not to mention, on the daily, bullish divergence. Right now, it's already turned green. It's turned positive. Some big things can happen. We just got to wait and see. That's all trading is. It's trying to find an edge and then realizing or trying to figure out how much you're willing to risk to see if you're correct. That's all it is to it. It's real simple. And we're going to teach you. Every week we're going to put out a new video. We're going to teach you how to read these charts so you can read them just like I read them. Get the same data, same information. Who else is getting crunked today? Let's see. You had some stocks? We'll look at some stocks. BBIG got rowdy with it today. It was up 23%. On the 4 hour, see, it had a death cross well after it dumped. But what's it doing? Right now, you have a low, the high, and the same low. While we had bullish divergence starting to play out. Just depending on it being the 4 hour, I don't know if I could really feel that confident in it just yet. Let's look at the daily and the weekly. See, now the weekly, I like the weekly on BBIG. After having that big pump, we have a low and higher low, but it's starting to wane, so it's hidden bullish divergence. Let's look. Did we retrace 78 to 80% of the way from the high? So we know it's an area of value. I can't make this stuff up, people. 82.5% of the way retrace. What'd I say? Typically 78 to 88%, anywhere in there, that's an area of value as long as you're getting cooperation on the MACD. BBIG could do some wild, wild stuff in the coming weeks, months. What else we got? Is there anything on my watch list worth pointing out? A lot of stuff is just holding tight, and we've got to get through this Fed BS and all their panic spreading crap before we can start seeing some real gains on stuff. Yeah, I mean, nothing spectacular. We had, what is this, 11? Yeah, 11% DWAG. Donald Trump, social media. We can't even look at it on the weekly. There ain't no data. You did have, technically, it's still not a lot of data, but on the daily, you had bullish divergence, and it's starting to play out. So you had your high to low, a higher low. Let's look, see, did it retrace 78 to 88% of the way? 79% of the way. Said that right there. 79% retrace, followed by upward action, higher low. You never know what you're going to get here. It could be, I mean, we're already made a higher high at that. So right now, we want to see it make a higher high and then another higher high. So we might retrace, come back. We might retrace and come back and test the $65.80 area. And if we get support there, then we'll run again, and we'll run up and test the $78 area. If we break the $78 area, all bets are off. It's moon time. You could be back in the 150s, 160s again. It just don't have a whole lot of history to go by. But if you were going to do anything, that's it. Did I scroll? Oh, what was that? It was BBIG again. So yeah, almost all cryptos are following the same path. But if you're a trader and you're wanting to play the swings, we've had some nice retraces. All the signs and signals are there. So if anybody requested something, leave it in the comments. I'll look back, try and get back to you on it. But hang tight. Don't panic sell. It's actually an area of value for buying. So that's it for me tonight. I'm going to get in here and eat some chili, visit with some friends, drink some whiskey. I'm glad for everybody who's